Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I wanted to do a quick video on my Toyota Tundra. I debated about doing this video, but I just really, there's some things I don't like about the Tundra, but overall I really like it. It's a 2014 Tundra Limited. It's 4x4. It's got leather on the inside, but I really like the looks of it. It just looks really nice. Black is hard to keep clean. The front of it's been redesigned. But overall, I just really like it. I'm a big fan of Toyota, just from the reliability standpoint. I had a Tacoma, and I put 300,000 miles on that thing, and they just really stood behind their product. So that's why I got a Tundra. So I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'3", almost 280 pounds, and this truck fits me really nice. I sat in the F-150 and the Chevy, and I just felt a little cramped. But this one has nice headroom without a sunroof. And I'll start going over so let's do the things I like. The looks compared to the older models, this one just looks like a bigger, nicer truck. And 2014, like I've got here, is the first year of the new redesign. Reliability and resale. These things hold their value. So if you're going to buy one, don't be afraid if it's got 100,000 miles on it or 150,000 miles on it. It's going to be okay, but you're going to pay a lot. So it fits a bit, like I said before, it fits a bigger guy. It's got headroom. I like the touch screen. So we'll get in here. You can see this thing has an aftermarket TV for the back that was put in by the guy that I bought it from, but which we don't use. But anyway, it just has a lot of headroom without the sunroof. I like the touchscreen. Okay, I want to do a video on the touchscreen. It's just your basics. Your radio. You go to home, this is your radio and your phone. This will have contacts that you can touch, and it speed dials them. It's got the maps. I don't really use this maps because it's got a map card you got to keep up to date. I use this RAM mount, and I just use my GPS off my phone. But I did notice that Toyota does have an e-tune that connects to this, and it can show you some traffic on this. So, but really, if you got your phone, it's just everything's right there. I do like these controls here. It's got auto works really well. It's got seat warmer. Some of the nicer models have seat coolers, which would actually be pretty nice. You can control the fan. That takes it off of auto and then put it back on auto. Sync is for when the person over here changes the temperature. The sync light goes out, and then to resync it, just press it and it syncs up with the other side. So I really like this. So there's the audio page. You've got Alexa audio. This is your Bluetooth when you want to listen to podcasts. It does have XM, I just don't pay for it. So there's the menu screen. You can connect the phones, change what things look like. Pretty basic, but easy to use. It's very responsive. The controls are really simple. Overall, I do like the touchscreen, other than you're not going to probably use the maps. You're going to use your phone. So these are the only cigarette lighters. You have a USB in. I've got a dash cam plugged into this one, and then a charger here. The cup holders are nice and big, easy to clean. Lots of room here. I do like all of this area. So when you got it reversed, that's what it looks like. These lines stay straight. I know, like on the F-150 and stuff, when you turn, these lines actually turn and show you exactly where you're going to be going. So, but these do stay straight. These are awesome for hooking up a trailer. I mean, you can do it one person can do it perfect every time. So this one does have a Jbl speaker system. I can turn it up, and it's rocking pretty good. It's not like an aftermarket, but it's definitely better than some that are out there. So it comes with a little display. I like the little display, but the F-150s and the Chevys, they just display a whole lot more information. This does outside temperature settings, average fuel economy, which seems okay, current fuel economy, which we never use. Distance to empty is nice. Elapsed time, yeah, it resets every time you start and stop. So average speed, I've never used that. Keep it on outside temperature. You know, it displays the snowflake and the sun, so it's like a generic display. You'd think it could know the difference, but these, you buy these Toyotas for reliability. You don't buy them for all the creature comforts and all that. It does have steering wheel controls. They work pretty well. A little tricky to figure out. Once you do, they're fine. I have noticed when I make a phone call in here, when I'm driving down the interstate around 55, there's the speaker, or the microphone, and it seems like everybody has a hard time hearing me when I'm going 65, 70 down the interstate. So that's something that maybe could be a little better. So the garage door opener controls are on here, which is a little hard to reach when you're driving, coming home. I mean, it's okay, and them themselves are kind of tricky to program. You know, I've just seen some that are up here in the visor, a little easier to reach, or maybe here, but all in all they work. It's just a little different position. So one thing I like is the back area. This is the Crew Max cab. They do make one that has a smaller rear cab, but this has the bigger cab. It's got like a full-size door, and people ride, even I have rode back here, it's comfortable. You're gonna sit pretty much upright, but it's comfortable. It's got this thing that comes down, armrest, but then temperature control seems to be fine back here. You don't have any control over it, but it seems to be okay. So on these, the seat lifts up, which I have used that a little bit. To be honest with you, I would rather had the older Tundras that had recline. So the older Tundras, the seat could actually move forward, give you a little bit of an incline. Because we have been traveling on vacation with the kids and stuff, and I think they would rather have a little bit of recline than having this lift up for some extra storage, which I've used, but I'd rather have the recline because it seems like you get the bigger space. You want it for people, not for storage. So it does come with both things for a trailer. That's really nice. It comes with a nice trailer hitch. Comes with this nice latch with a rear camera, and it locks. One thing I like about these Toyotas is their rail system. So you've got these things, if you don't have this cover on, are really easy to access. You can move those around, and that's what you put your tie downs on. That's really nice. So it does, I do like this, the cup holders are really nice. It's got a nice big area. Things tend to get lost in there, but they do sell an aftermarket tray that you can buy off Amazon. I'm probably going to buy. One more thing I wanted to mention, you do have to have two things. I know newer vehicles, it's all in one. It's a little bit nicer. I'm not sure why Toyota still has a key and then a key fob, but that's what it is. It's a little bulky. Just wanted to, you'd think for a 2014 it would be a little nicer, but that's what it is. While I'm here, I'll talk about the passenger seat. So I got a Limited, which is a nicer vehicle, I thought. It's got some wood trim and all this, and I thought, you know, for sure the passenger would have controls, electric seat. It doesn't. What a disappointment. I mean, I sit over here sometimes, and when you don't have the electric controls, it's like a standard seat. It just sits at a certain spot, and you can't really move it. You can recline it, and you can use the lever to move it back and forth, but everybody has a hard time with the lever, and you know, wow, why couldn't Toyota just come up with a electric seat? You pay a lot for these trucks, and this should be electric. I can get it in the SR5 and that, but a Limited, really? Come on, this should be electric. But other than that, it is comfortable still. I mean, I've sat here for a long way. I still have plenty of headroom. So while we're talking about interior, the window controls. So this is a pretty much standard window control they've had for a long time, but it's only auto down on the driver's side. All the vehicles nowadays have auto down and up on both sides. That should be that way. You just little things like that. You're like, oh yeah, I drove in other vehicles where that has that. This should have it too, and it doesn't. That couldn't be a whole lot, but it's got some controls here. This is for the rear window. I don't use the rear window much, but I have noticed when I do use it, it does cut down on the air noise in the vehicle. This is for the headlights. You can, so when you're towing something, if your front end's high in the air, you can turn this down. But what I found is when I'm towing something, I usually forget about it. And then over here, you've got the tow haul. You have to select it each. So if you're towing something, when you pull in for gas, and you've got it in tow haul, and then you pull out, you got to reselect it. So maybe that's good for people that like that way. But going down some hills, I forgot one time, and it really would have been nice to have it on. So this is the engine compartment. It's a very nice engine compartment, lots of big, doesn't seem overly complicated. You can still get to fill your engine with oil. There's the washer fluid. You know, there's the dipstick for the oil. I know on some F-150s it's really hidden and hard to get to, but there's the air filter. Toyota does a good job in the engine compartment. They just keep it simple. It's not overly complicated. So talking about the front, I do like the looks of the front. It's just got like a mean look to it. It is a lot of plastic though. But the headlights are bright. It's got the fog lights, which I really like. I just drive with them on all the time almost. Those could be a little, you know, the newer style lights, but it's kind of an older style look. I like the wheels, and the rims look real nice. Alright, so one thing, it's kind of trivial, but I did want to mention it. I got the Limited thinking, because you see the Tundras going down, and these are, you know, the LED strip right here looks really cool. Well, guess what? That's only on the 1464 and Platinum. I don't know why. So you've still got the goofy orange lights for your drive lights. When you're driving down the road in the daytime, you don't, even though it looks like it. So when I bought it, I looked at that really close. Look, oh yeah, there's the LED. I'm so cool. But you do not have LED lights there. So I'm thinking you can change this out and get the LED lights. It's a little bit of wiring work, but oh my gosh, it's something trivial, but man, why couldn't that be? Because that is so nice to have an LED strip there, because it does look really nice. So one thing that is a little tricky is the windshield wipers. So the ones you buy at Walmart will work. These have these little tangs you got to press and then it pulls out. So it's a little different mechanism. And the ones you buy at Walmart will work, but they look real funky because you got to put the specialized bracket on the wiper blade for it to fit in here. So these are the ones from Toyota. Real slim. They work really well. They're just kind of expensive. So I don't know if it's a dislike or a like, but they work really well, but they are kind of specialized. So probably the biggest thing, the biggest disappointment, other than the seat controls on the passenger side, is the gas tank size. This thing only has a 20-gallon gas tank. Oh my gosh, this is a V8. I commute with it, and I'm filling up every 3 days. Never would I have dreamed a 20-gallon gas tank. I love Toyota. I love this truck. Don't get me wrong. It's just a little frustrating to have a 20-gallon tank. I know trucks have 30 gallons. I mean, even at least 25 would have got me another day. So I'm not sure why a 20-gallon, because this thing is a gas guzzler. It's a V8. I've got the 5.7, but I get maybe 15, 16 on the highway. It seems like around town it gets really bad gas mileage. So just keep that in mind. You buy these trucks for, you know, it's going to fit you. It's reliable. You're going to have to tow some stuff, but you're not going to get good gas mileage. And this gas tank size is just, I don't know what was going on there. So again, I've got the Limited. I really wanted the Platinum or the 1464, that really nice model, because they've got some different styles of leather that just, to me, look really nice. And then you get the seat controls on the other side that are electric, but they almost all come with sunroofs. And like I said, I'm 6'3", I've got kind of a larger, taller torso, and I sat in it and my head hit the sunroof. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a full-size truck. Who needs a sunroof, first off? But my head was hitting the roof. I'm like, there was a couple trucks I really wanted to get that were a good price. Just couldn't do it. I cannot get a sunroof. I'm not sure anybody would use a sunroof in a truck, but if they do, they need to make more room. So again, I do want to say overall, I really like the truck. I bought it for longevity. I do put a lot of miles on it. I put probably 20 to 30,000 miles on a year, so you know, I'm gonna have this thing for a while. I bought it with 60,000 miles on it. I had to pay 25,000 from a private person for it. So these things are expensive, but I'm planning on keeping it, and I'm hoping to get a lot. I'm hoping to put 250,000 miles on this thing and not really have to do a lot of work to it. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I've had a Tacoma and it lasted, just changing oil, nothing major broke on it, so I'm really hoping to get some good results from this. Again, this is just a dad. I'm just doing a simple video. This isn't an in-depth thing of how the Tundra is and all that. These are just some of the main things that, you know, I bought it for, things I would like in my truck differently. Just so if you're thinking of buying one, this is what you're going to be up against. So thank you for watching, and would you please like and subscribe. Thanks.